Hello guys, are you in a debt or will you want to know how best when it comes to paying off that debt that you have? It has always been a challenge whereby you will find you have a debt but you don't know how to go about it when it comes to paying it back, as it will give you many challenges here and there on how to pay it off. So today I want to discuss about 3 steps how to pay off these debts. Now, of course, I will start by saying we have good debts and bad debts. So good debt. So a good debt is that debt that you go and acquire from a bank. You go and acquire it from a SACCO. If you're in Kenya, you know what a SACCO means. You actually have this good debt that will allow you to go in terms of maybe you have a debt that you have gone ahead to take it and it's helping you in terms of business expansion. That's a good debt. A debt that you will go ahead and acquire it for your own skill development, for your own financial kind of expansion in terms of literacy. That's a good debt. But if you go ahead to take a debt that will in turn leverage you in terms of you acquire a debt and then things don't go as what you had planned. Assuming you are an entrepreneur, you go ahead, take a debt that you go and start a business as a startup, and without having a good startup planning in terms of business planning, that business goes ahead and fails. So that means the money that you took in a bank has not even generated income. So that becomes a bad debt, from a good debt to a bad debt. So this is all in all because it's like a sword. So a sword is actually has sorry for my drawings or so forth, but this is a handle where you can handle the sword. So this sword actually has 2 sides. This is side number 1, this side number 2. So a debt is like a good sword, and at both ends it has a good side that can cut good. That's a good debt. And then the other side is that it can turn out to be a bad debt. So this is the case I'm talking about. This money you can borrow. After borrowing, it can help you financially to do things that will financially develop yourself in terms of finances. At the same time, this money you can take and it turns out to be a bad debt because it has financially deteriorated you in one thing or the other. Now, for example, a bad debt is a bad debt such as if you go ahead to take like credit loans. If you have a credit card, that's a bad debt. If you take car debts, that turns out to be a bad debt because that's a liability. And in this case, a liability is that one thing that when you happen to have it, it removes money from your pocket. It takes money from your pocket. That becomes a liability. So a bad debt is you buying that thing that will drain money from your pocket. That becomes bad debt. But a good debt is that debt that you can take and you put it somewhere where it can generate money. So that becomes a good debt because it's bringing money to the table. Now, I want to talk about 3 steps that will enable you to help you in terms of paying off your debt. Now, Step number one, focus. Step number one, focus on increasing your income and not to lower your debts. Many people are actually focusing on how they can lower their debts, but not considering that these debts, as I've just told you, we have two categories of debts. There is a good debt and there is a bad debt. So if you have a good debt, don't focus that much in terms of lowering your debt, but rather focus on how you can increase your income. And this can only be done when it comes to focusing on skills that will allow you to do what we call increase in income generation. So if you are gifted in terms of sales, if you are gifted in terms of maybe for photography, you can do a good photography sessions. You can go ahead, grab that camera, go do photography. If you are good in terms of selling, if you are good in terms of selling online, you can do thrift selling online. Grab that idea, start doing that, because by doing that, you will have to increase your income. Now, when you increase your income, it will help you to lower your debt by having more income to pay off your debt. So don't ever be relying on how to lower your debt, but mainly focus in increasing your income, even if you have debts. So that's where people do go wrong. Assuming today you have a 9-to-5 job, but you are good in terms of doing online selling, you can go ahead start that online selling. And if you are earning, maybe assuming you are in Kenya, maybe if you are earning 20,000, and you can do thrift selling of clothes in Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, but online, WhatsApp status, whatever, you can go ahead and maybe like per month you can make let's just assume 5,000. This will actually help you. You no longer be at 20,000, but you now be at 25,000 per month. Now, if you focus onto this, you'll actually get to know that this will help you to increase your income as you clear off debt and as you take others that are financially or good, like to the business that you have, because you are increasing income at the same time you are working with debts, but good debts, but not bad debts. So that's what step number one entails. Make sure that you focus on increasing on your income and not focusing to lower your debt. That is number one. Number two, take good debts to invest in yourself. That is number two step. So if you've actually been thinking about if taking a good debt to invest in yourself is a bad decision, no, kindly do that. If for sure you want to invest in yourself and don't have that money that you are saying that you can get without, if at all you have to take a debt. So these are good debt in terms of investing in yourself, right from financial literacy, right from going for conferences, seminars that will enable you psychologically and with having that mindset on how to make more money. So when you go to these seminars, when you go ahead to learn something, what comes out is that you are actually increasing in skills. And when you increase in skills, you're actually increasing in value. Now, when you increase yourself in value, what you're doing is that you are now determining on what you deserve, on what you deserve. So if you have this skill, that that debt that you've taken, you have gone ahead to invest in yourself, you automatically increase your skills. If you increase skills, you are increasing your value. If you increase your value, what you are doing is you are determining on what you deserve. In this life, you don't get what you want, but you get what you deserve. So if you go ahead to increase in your skills, if you go ahead to increase in your skills, you increase your value. After increasing in your value, you determine on what you deserve. And trust me, if today you just stick on one thing, to learn one thing for like about 1 year, trust me, you're gonna be better on it. Why? Because you actually learn on how to do it better gradually. So if you are doing like this, you'll notice that if I do it like this, it goes on to a better position. So if you have that passion learning one skill that you always wanted to, don't hesitate, just start, because starting is one way of doing it. Now, if you've been passionate into content creation, just grab that camera, just grab that phone. Don't even think about the camera, expensive cameras. Grab that phone and start right away. This is what will help you in terms of taking a good loan and helping yourself in terms of increasing your value. So if you increase your value, automatically you are increasing on what you deserve. Make sure you have a good value in the market. So if you don't have a good money in the market, automatically you'll not get what you actually want in life. And that is step number 2. Step number 3 is list down all your, step number 3, list down all your debts. Assuming you have got so many debts, maybe let's give it, maybe you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just don't say, oh, when I think about them, I'll maybe become like you develop a headache. No, the only way to do it, just list them one by one. Assuming you have 1,000, or let me say 10,000 loan, that is about maybe 12% per annum, or your interest. This is interest rates, and then this is amount. And assuming you have another one of 5,000, maybe this is 5%, maybe let's say 15, and then you have maybe 20,000. This is Kenya shillings. From where you are watching, if you're not in Kenya, you can as well just use this kind of numbers, but it can actually be, concept is just the same. Assuming you have this as 120,000 as a loan debt, that is maybe 50, let me say 24% per annum. Maybe it's a mortgage, or even a car loan. And then maybe you have another one like 60,000. That is maybe 10%. And then maybe you have another one like 20,000 in shillings. Maybe this is let's say 13%. So well, as I've told you, we are assuming this is a good loan. These are good debts that are actually helping you in terms of financial stability, in terms of financial development when it comes to finances. So if you want to achieve your financial freedom, you need to know how best to tackle them in terms of paying off. Now, I have this, I will actually give you the best way to tackle these loans in terms of paying them off, as what we call psychological. So let me ask you a question. If today you want to go to the gym to build your muscle, when you go to that gym, to that gym, actually what do you start with? Of course, there is that step by step that you need to consider before reaching to lifting that heavy weight. Of course, you need to start by simple steps. of which you now you now muscle up to go ahead and lift those heavy weights. So this is actually what I'm going to do. So you don't need to list them with these random kind of numbers, but be very specific. If it's 900, 12,296, if it's 60,500 and something, even 0.99, be very clear. Give it clarity that it deserves. Be specific. Now, when you be specific, it will give you now the correct mindset to tackle them. But as I've told you, we are trying to give it a psychological way in terms of clearing these loans. So here, if I'm you today, what I'll deal with is this. I'll go for the smallest debt that I have here. Now, this one is the smallest one. So I'll start with this one as my number one. Assuming maybe like a friend gave it to you, maybe a bank is requiring you to pay this back. Start with this one. Why? Because this will give you a psychological win. If you go ahead and clear 5,000, it will now show you, oh, I've cleared 5,000, so I can go ahead and start even crossing. After this, it goes to this is 20. You go to this one, you cross this, you cross this. So this will actually give you the best mood, the best kind of wins that it will be pushing. You will be pushed by yourself. If you go ahead to clear this, you clear 10,000. After this, you come to, after 10, you go to 20. After you clear 20, you go to 60. After 60, you clear 120. Why? Because psychologically, in your mind, you feel like you're winning. And that's what we are looking for. So start by small, regardless of the rates. Don't look at the rates, because if you can just start clearing these small loans as you climb the ladder, this will automatically give you a win. Why? Because you will be motivated. You want to hire and do this. As I have told you, if you focus on how to increase, if you focus on increasing your income, this will automatically be a good thing when it comes to financial terms of ladder, increase in financial status and financial success at large. So, my name is Mr. Barasa, and if you've liked anything in this how to pay off debts, maybe if I've left out one or two things, you are free to go ahead and comment down below and let me know on how you have enjoyed from this. And even if something maybe you want me to expound more on what I've just shared, you can also go ahead and comment down below. My name is Mr. Barasa. Kindly be reminded to subscribe if you like to see me back with another video when I talk about money, when I talk about finance, as you will help in one or another. And let's share this video to others to be aware of what finances are all about when it comes to how to pay off debts. My name is Mr. Barasa, and thank you very, very much. See you next time.